Now, since arriving in your beautiful country, I've also been enjoying your Australian food. And just last night, I had my first taste of abalone. And no doubt you folk are aware that the abalone is a simple marine gastropod mollusk. And as such, it has no obvious brain structure, a characteristic it shares with many members of the US government.
It has been suggested that as Adelaide becomes more and more of a sophisticated defence hub, it will attract increased interest from overseas spies. Now, this of course, is undoubtedly true. It goes without saying. However, think of the upside to this. Just like everybody else, spies need to eat, they need somewhere to sleep, they need somewhere to send their children to school. Spying can be good business, even for those being spied upon.
Some of these flavors could cater for very specific niche markets. And I'm sure y'all here are familiar with well-known niche market segments, such as dinks, double income, no kids, and lombards, which means lots of money but a right dickhead.
In fact, the former head of the French Leadership Academy, Charles Gadot, he once said that the effective leader takes eagles and teaches them to fly in formation. Actually, when I last mentioned that quote, some clever person in the audience did point out that although eagles may soar, it is equally true that weasels don't get sucked into jet engines.
But Breakfast in Bed's main discovery concerns the healing powers of the llama call. And just in case a potentially life-threatening disease is lurking inside any of you good people in our audience this evening, I would now like to demonstrate the llama call so that you too may benefit from its power.
Because if you do communicate clearly, then all of your KPIs should be A1, a true reflection of a positive relationship between the ATO, the ACNC, the NDS, the NDIS, the NDIA, the NIACC, and the QUTACPNS. And if you know more than SFA about CDC, CSR, CAs, CMTs, and CEOs in terms of the ROI on NFPs, DGRs, AGMs, SGMs, and TORs, as they affect M&As, MOUs, PBIs, PAFs, and PUAFs in the ACT CBD, then instead of being RS, you should be okay. Actually, during a gender issues workshop that I was running in the Deep South, one guy suddenly jumped up and spoke. Clearly, he had had an epiphany or too much to drink. And what he said went something like this. He said, "I have seen the light. We men are partly responsible for global problems. We have sinned and we must repent. And we must fix those global problems. Society needs men to fix those global problems as only men can, using their natural masculine attributes such as humility, empathy, lack of ego, An almost pathological willingness to accept blame and criticism. And an absolute passion for listening deeply without interrupting.